Simon from SNG here. I'm joined, of course, by the co-creator of this channel, Grisha. Hello, Grisha.
Hello! Welcome again.
Yeah, hello. And what are we experiencing today, Grisha? Today, we'll be seeing the um, aftermath, maybe we could name it like that, the aftermath of the Battle of Moscow. So the Germans have not captured the city, the capital of the Soviet Union, but the Russian forces are still standing strong. And Stalin, the leader of the Soviet Union, decided that they have to push the Germans back. On the 5th December of 1941, the counteroffensive started to throw back the Germans from the immediate threat area of Moscow so that Stalin could be safe in his capital. And this is exactly what we are seeing right here. It's winter. It's the transition between 1941 and 1942. We see some wrecks of T-26 tanks and other light tanks that are scattered on the roads. From the previous engagements, uh, this area, this village, um, is being defended by the Germans. They've brought all the things that they can to stop the Russian counterattack, but they do not have much, let's be honest. They only have the basic anti-tank rifles, two or three anti-tank guns, and one armored car. That's not much. They also have a captured French 47, is it? Yeah, it's 47 millimeter gun that was brought here from France.
Okay, and the
Also,
Germans are kind of tired after their push towards Moscow, and Stalin has brought fresh troops from Siberia, right?
exactly, they brought like 50 something divisions, so the Germans are facing a major threat that they didn't expect to face in 1941. They thought the Russian army could not counterattack in this force after the German attack on Moscow in 1941 that we saw earlier in the two previous battles that ended the campaign of 1941. And this battle is somewhat a transition and a start at the same time of the new 1942 Eastern Front campaign. And at the back of the village, with some trucks with ammunition and radio operators and some radio equipment. We have a two mortar battery trying to help the German defenders. We have two flanks of the German defense. The right German one is the more heavily defended one, and the left one concentrates here in between those two buildings with a few soldiers standing behind sandbags, but also here in this defense line with this command trench and an AT gun and a machine gun on a tripod looking towards this open space right here. So let's not waste any more time and let's start the battle and let's see if the Russians will be able to throw back the German invaders from their capital.
So it begins. Right now, the road is clear. Nothing's happening. We can hear something.
Yeah, we hear explosions from the commencing artillery barrage. Little preparatory one that Russians are making with their light artillery. They're bombarding the forward German positions, trying to soften up their defenses. and as the dust settles, the barrage stops, and we can
And
hear some engines coming down the road. We see the clouds of dust and snow being pulled up by the tanks rushing forwards.
oh, he's
T-26s and
speeding up.
a few platoons of Russian foot soldiers are charging towards the German positions. One T-26, second T-26 passing by our camera.
Germans are holding their fire.
Waiting for the tanks to expose themselves on the open ground. And as the Germans open fire on the Russian tanks, the infantry hops out and starts the attack. The battle has begun. Oh!
Oh,
First T-26 catches on fire.
fireworks going up.
Russian soldiers crossing the freezing cold river.
Is it stuck now? Yes, it is.
It's
Two
destroyed.
hit.
Hatches opened. The crew dead.
That was quick.
Yeah. The first wave didn't bring much success, but the infantry is getting closer and closer. With their PPSH machine guns, they could do much damage.
Hiding behind the trees, slowly moving forward.
The Russian soldiers slowly but surely are coming towards the German lines. Oh, this position has been breached. The two defending German soldiers dead behind the
Very
sandbags.
very nice spot to take over, find some safety for the Russians. And keep pressure on this little trench.
This gun, placed in the middle of the road, is pounding the Russian soldiers with HE rounds.
Very nice position.
But where are the Russian reinforcements? They need tanks to push through.
Exactly.
Some of them are turning right towards other German positions, patching up their wounds.
They need some fire support. There are not enough of the Russians to charge the German position here.
Yeah. And this one gets shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 1941 in December, when the counteroffensive started, The Russians only in a few battles had the required 2-to-1 ratio with soldiers. But they were capable of pushing back the Germans. It just was very difficult. They couldn't overwhelm there with numbers as they did at the beginning of the year. But is it what I think it is? Yes, 2 other tanks with some infantry support are commencing an attack on the second German left flank.
So this may change the battle here. What is that thing with 2 turrets?
It's a T-26 tank, the same one as on the right, but it has been equipped with 2 machine gun armed turrets instead of one 45mm cannon one.
It looks strange.
Yeah, it looks silly, but for early war standards, it was nice. Oh, the first line of the German defense on the left flank has been wiped out almost.
No one left.
Yeah, the AT cannon is down, the MG is down. This one soldier has been shot by the cannon directly. They're not doing well. The same as on the German right flank, as the Russians have breached the village.
Oh yeah, here. Shooting from behind the fences. How is the French cannon doing?
The French cannon is still pounding the Russians without losses in the crew. It has full capability of stopping the Russian attack.
So it'll be basically between the cannon and the tanks.
For the first waves, yes. Later down the road, the armored car will come to play.
Right.
But the Germans are somewhat holding. This area reminds me of our partisan battle, with those close-up shots between the buildings and the meat grinders on the streets.
Yes, this little farm. This little farmhouse that the Russians took is now full of bodies.
Yes, it is. But the 2
Yeah.
tanks on the German left are pushing through. Up the hill, through the forest, mowing down the Germans with the MG fire. Yeah, and just as I said, the 47mm French gun is crucial for the first defense line.
This funny double thing is stopped.
We see another T-26 coming up the hill. Oh, I think it hit the gun. Some of the crew... No, it was just a shock. They're hopping back. Oh, one pushed all the way to the cannon. And it was a great danger, as this one turreted T-26 is armed with a flamethrower.
Oh, so that was close.
That was close, but the Germans took it out. And another one, T-26, with the 45mm cannon. Opening some new ways for the Russian infantry to advance.
That'll be like a pincer movement, but those Germans are still shooting from the left. They have nothing to stop this tank, do they?
I think they don't. They do not have anti-tank rifles here. But I hear another tank cooking off behind us. Yes. T-26's armor act and explodes in the face of their comrades.
French cannon.
French cannon is down. Crew
That's
is killed.
oh,
Cannon is destroyed. Okay, let's see the German left flank. How are they doing? The first line was breached. The Russians are now taking the positions that were held by the German brothers on the first defense line. And now those farmhouses need to hold their ground with the support of this light 75mm infantry gun.
thing.
Yeah, it's mounted on skis, as you can see. Has no wheels for better movement in the winter.
I guess that's something that Santa Claus could use.
And it has some presents for the Russian infantry in the form of some AT shells or HE, I should say.
Christmas time. Ded Moroz.
Bringing some fireworks into the mix.
So they are holding tough. But there is lots of Ruskies here.
Lots of them.
So once they clear the center and the left wing, they will come here.
I hear another engine. Yeah, this T-26 is moving through the forest towards the German lines.
Look, it can't find its way. It's kind of bumping up the trees and... Okay, here...
Okay, let's look on the German right. Oh, the same as the left one. The first German left line was breached too.
So the trench is taken over.
Yes. And who is it here? Is it the crew of the armored car? Yes, it is. The armored car is bailed out. Probably
So
hit.
that's it for them.
Yeah, that's it. It was hit by the AT gun of the T26, and it's gone. But this 37mm Park 36 could do some work if it has some line of sight.
It's kind of out of it. It's not participating.
And this 37mm gun is bailed out too. Without a crew, it cannot do anything.
So it seems just like a matter of time before the Russians pull up.
Yeah, it seems so.
And
But the mortars are trying to slow the Russians down, bombarding their advance.
okay, that might do it.
Might, but it will not stop the tanks.
That's how much damage they do to the infantry.
Oh, and the second left German flank has been breached too. Or maybe not breached, but almost wiped out. This one soldier with MG34 machine gun is hiding behind sandbags, and one tank was hit by a high explosive shell from the infantry gun. Let's see how it is doing. Oh, it's untouched.
Santa Claus gun can still do some damage.
But as another T-26 is targeting it, I think it will be overwhelmed in a matter of minutes.
But the infantry in front... Ooh, did you see that?
Yeah, that was a
Whoa.
multi-hit.
Right, like all 3 or 4 of them flew up.
That was nice.
I thought they would do more damage. What
Oh,
was that?
they blew up the tank. You see?
Yes.
That's how much power this one has.
Now they got hit.
Only 2
Alright.
crewmen left. 1
Massacre here.
and
And
NH.
again, that's it.
Yeah, high explosive round. Just smashes into the gun, disabling it.
Pretty interesting spot there for a moment.
That is brutal. But just see the wave of the Russian infantry making their way into the German positions.
So definitely this looks like the beginning of the reversal of the tide, you know? The tide is definitely reversed. Looks like the Russians will be pushing the Germans back towards, well, eventually Berlin.
Eventually, the counterattack at the end of the Battle of Moscow was the first time in World War II when Germans were not gaining ground but losing it. They were retreating, leaving behind some crucial equipment.
Very significant change.
In the pace of battles, exactly. But the mortars are holding strong.
Yes, they are. They are the only thing now showing Russians that they shouldn't move ahead. Look at that.
But as the tanks are rolling forward, it could change in a few seconds. I think one was directly hit by an HE shell. This one. But it's still walking. Nice.
And both turrets are operational.
As we see.
Looks like it, yeah. Here they come.
This German AT gun was brought down too. This light tank is crushing someone's house, trying to get a better position.
Oh, that's a nice shot with the camera. And here they come.
Were they wiped out?
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone left there. Oh yeah, that's it.
And the battle has ended. The
That's
Russians winning with a great success, losing a lot of men, as we saw, a lot of tanks as well, but having even more operational.
And this is very significant change, and this is ominous for the Germans.
And as one wise man said, it's not even the end of the beginning, it's the beginning of the end.
Yes. The sign of times to come.
Yes, the Russians have captured their position, the Germans' position, and as we see, without a significant loss in tempo. Let's look at casualties. What was the what was the key to light up the casualties? Let me see. Ah, yes, V. Okay.
Here we go.
So, we are marking the Germans in yellow and Russians in red.
So the price was high.
The price was high. The Russians, Soviets suffered some significant casualties. But we see there is one German foot soldier hiding behind some wood logs. Let's make him retreat.
Let's save the guy.
Let's not waste another life.
Right. Okay. This was quite interesting, Simon, I think.
Yeah, it was the Russians just rolled through the German defenses, not without casualties or losses, but as I said, it was fast and brutal as the counterattack of the 1941-1942 wars.
Yeah. So let's wrap it up at that. And I think we'll be making more videos.
Exactly. As we said in the previous ones, we are reactivating the channel, so please give us a like, subscribe, and comment what you would like to see next. We will see when we'll be starting and continuing the 1942 campaign, as this one was sort of a start and sort of not a start because it was in 1941 exactly, but it was after the end of the 1941 campaign, so it's a transition. So we'll see what comes next, but I hope you enjoyed the video, our dear viewers, and let's see you in the next one. Bye bye!
For watching, and bye bye.